came to existence. What was I? Before the heaven and the earth came to existence, what was I? Before the heaven and the earth came to existence, what was I? Dharma friends and practitioners, practice meditation, emphasize practicing, and the practitioner ask question clearly, ask the question diligently, raising doubt and maintain doubt. It's very important thing for practitioner to practice that maintain doubt. Maintain doubt. Doubt means we want to know but we don't know. And the unknown, maintain the unknown. The unknown not mean that like stone, like mean that like wood. That mean the core of the wisdom. In all of the situation, all of the subjective, objective, not raising the attachment, not raising the discrimination. That's the doubt. So now from asking the question in the practice, because sentient being has the instinction that want to know everything. Want to know everything. If the thought of want to know connect with the objective, raising the discrimination and self-attachment rising. Now we go back to the before thought, like go to the instinct of the thing, know everything, want to know everything, talk with the unknown, like the question we don't know, that rising down. From that down, we continue ask question to maintain down. So the unknown that different than we know everything. Know everything means we raising discrimination and attachment. We get suffer with worry, fearing. We know that wrong, we know that right. Always have the in one thought of ignorance. Now we still in one thought of ignorance of asking the question, but the doubt will relieve the one thought of ignorance on the way to the basis of ignorance, like the way to the before thought. So that's called the core of wisdom. Because the core of wisdom very difficult for practitioner to maintain. Why? Because the karma, because the habit, the bad habit, we always raising the thought, not raising the doubt. Raising the thought. From the thought we get anxiety, we get the suffer, worry. But doubt, no raising the anxiety. Doubt, no raising the suffer, worry, feeling everything. Doubt will lead the practitioner to relieve the objective. Subjective means without attachment and all of the discrimination. It's hard to hold that because we have to believe or complete absolute belief our own mind. When we practice, doubt will lead to the before thought. And when we believe, complete absolute belief in our own mind, absolute complete the doubt and achieve the enlightenment. That's the pathway. Be the explanation, be the advice for the partner, or the way for the partner to practice. Just practice.
We need to ask the vital question to maintain in doubt. So the doubt meaning an example like because the nature of the sentient being always want to know something, and when we ask the vital question, the don't know of the vital question touching the want to know of the sentient being that will create the doubt. So we don't just use the question to ask and to answer the question, then we cannot be able to maintain the doubt correctly. Chị turn off your phone. Chị. So recent pastures that encourage us that to put all the curiosity of the mind into the darkness world. That means we just ask the vital question to maintain the doubt, then our mind will automatically go to the state of don't know, and we just automatically do weapon out of the information of want to know or of the curiosity created by the consciousness. If we're trying to practice without the trust in the mind, and we may practice on the wrong path because we may fall into the state of excited mind, and it will be disappear if we practice with excited mind and not practice with a sincerely mind, with the trust in the mind, the trust of the self nature, and we practice to return back to our self nature. So we don't try to destroy anything, destroying our illusion or destroying our emotion. We just need to keep on practicing. Then all of those emotion, of those discrimination will automatically disappear. Our karmic energy usually making us to return back to our self-attachment and ignorance, not to the self-nature. That is why because we don't have the wisdom eyes, that's why we keep return back to the self-attachment and ignorance. We cannot keep on practicing to return back to the self-nature. And sometimes we think that we have the wisdom eyes and we chase after information of the self-attachment and ignorance, and we get suffering with the information. And that is the grateful mistake. So to have the wisdom eyes correctly, we need to maintain in the practice. Every day we're sharing to motivate each other to keep on practicing, to encourage each other, to strengthen our trust in the mind. So that what we are sharing here is also is a form of the worldly material world, because we still have not awakened yet. That's why we need some of this information to motivate us to practice. If we don't correct our mistake, we cannot be able to practice on the right path, and we won't never get enlightenment. That is what he would like to share for today. Because normally we always have discrimination thought and always attach into everything as real and always want to control everything and cannot turning our back to everything. Sometimes we think that we're not cling on anything as real, but we still attach into everything as real. But sometimes we experience about seeing everything is not real and keep on practicing. That is good sign. But if we keep contemplating on the idea and seeing everything unreal and they attach into that idea and not practicing, we still being lost in the birth and death. Or if we think that we are so busy and we cannot practice, that's also an excuse for the consciousness, and we being less actuated by the consciousness. And we know that we are living in the dream. We should keep on practicing to awake ourselves from a dream. So don't just keep creating or trying to do too much in the dream, and we still being lost in the dreams. Doesn't matter we are being rich or poor, we being busy or not busy, we still keep on practicing. Remember, the practice is helping us to wake ourselves up from the dream. If we lost the practice, we will be lost in the dream forever long. So now it's time for Q&A and sharing experience. If anyone has any question, would like to share your experience, please bring it up. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. I'm not sure if you hear me clearly. Okay, thank you. Microphone being messing up a little bit, so I just use another one, waiting for the new one to write. Give me, please. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Sanghas and Dhamma friends, dear thầy, I have a question about practice. Let me read out the question and for you to answer this. This question that's sharing about the practice when we ask the portal question, why sometimes we feel we ask like not having a doubt and not really know we ask the portal question. Dear thầy, is that because we cannot practice? Thầy answering that when we practice, we feel we're not practicing good, or we're not practicing, or we practicing well. We're still in distinguished state of mind. So this problem actually is have a different picture, different forms. It's changing different forms. And we know that Chung forms and master teaching us that whatever happened in our mind, that is the thick mind. being acting. Sometimes we feel like we cannot raise up the question. Sometimes we feel like we raising the question religiously. That also is a thick mind. So it's happening. The friction is being happening between the practice, between the thought of the mind, and we just don't worry about that, because the knowing of the mind that distracts us from practicing. So that's why Teacher said the knowing, when the knowing happens, that is the door of disaster, because when we know, we may raise in fearing thought. When we know, we may raise in gaining thought. When we know, we may raise in the fearing thought. So those thoughts that distract us from practicing. Wei Zen Master also said that when any thought arises, we know in that is any assumption thought arise, that is the obstacle for us in practice, which means we don't practice. We arise the assumption thought, and we should not do that, should not continue to do that, just return back to the practice. So there is a công án of Bàn Uẩn families. So Bàn Uẩn said, practicing so difficult. The wife, also the enlightenment one, said, it's really easy. And the Viên Diệu, the daughters, also got enlightenment, said, it's not difficult, it's not easy either. We just eat when we're hungry, we just drink when we're thirsty. And all of them just laugh at each other, laugh together. So because they all got enlightenment, so they say it at what they think it could be. So it becomes a công án to help practitioner to raise doubt. And the Zen host using this công án at the end of the retreat to motivate practitioner to arise doubt and maintain doubt until practitioner to attain Buddhahood. Another example of Bàn Uẩn, people ask him, before you leave this life, what you want to leave back for us to practice? He just said, let go of whatever you haven't and don't take in whatever you have not. And also it's a công án to give practitioner to give right to the doubt. So when we have the doubt in our mind, we will practice to attain Buddhahood. The Buddha also have a teaching for practitioner, like in front of us is a fire. In the back of us is something that chases us. And on the right side is the ocean that we can fall back. On the left side is a mountain, have all the dangerous animals. So we stuck in that spot. We cannot even go forward, go to right or left, or go backward. We feel like we almost died from there. How can we get out of it? So that is the công án that the Buddha teaching practitioner to give right to the doubt too. So we can see that the Buddha or Teacher that teaching us to see the sickness of the consciousness. Now, the sickness of the consciousness is always in the duality. If we can end up this duality, we will liberate ourselves from samsara. So the most important for us is to awaken ourselves from the consciousness to attaining Buddhahood, or to end all of the scarring thought. So if we have the thought of ending the scarring thought, we also stuck in the discrimination thought. So we just need to maintain in the doubt, and we will attain Buddhahood. Without maintaining the doubt, we cannot attain in Buddhahood. So our practice will have a friction between the practice and our habitual parents, but keep continuing to holding on the practice. When we attain in Buddhahood, we will recognize that the self nature never changing. The self nature is being pure and tranquil. The self nature being create all Dharma and not attached into any Dharma. Again, word is just word. Don't attach into the word and distract us from practicing. So for our karmic energy, it depends on each sentient being. Karmic energy is differently, and everybody has different experience in the progress of practicing. It doesn't matter if we're practicing good or not good. Keep continuing to holding on the practice. One day we will attain Buddhahood. Do you understand? The answer, yes, she understood. Thank you, thầy. She would like to ask another question. Dear thầy, do you hear me clearly? Yes, I do. Thank you. Dear thầy, you're always teaching us that when we ask a part of question, we need to ask clearly, sincerely, and diligently. But lately, I heard one Dharma friend said she asked really sincerely, really clearly, but she still fall into the self-attachment. She still being controlled by discrimination on practicing. I remember you said the sincerely mind here is not on trying to be honest in practicing. And if we trying to be honest to holding on the practice, that's also the self-attachment. And I would like you to explain more about this, because I can see all of us fall into this state of mind, this problem. And my Dharma friend is on Zoom right now. I need your suggestion in this matter to motivate me, myself, and my friend to be better in practicing. Thầy answering that, the meaning of the sincerely in practicing, that mean we have the trust in the mind. So we trust in the mind, we don't trust in the consciousness. When we trust on the consciousness, we think that we sincerely in practice, and we covering up the mask to show up people that we practice sincerely, but we gain in our ego inside of our mind, because we still trust in the consciousness, we trust in duality, and trust in the self-attachment. It becoming our habit. And when we forget about that, we don't see it. But when we meet some condition from some unfavorable condition, we will arise all the emotion, or the fearing thought, or gaining thought, or upsetting thought, and that destroy us in the samsara, and that control us of the suffering. So to be able to know that, we need to be sincere in practicing, and don't think if we fearing of something and practice, if we want to gain of something and to keep on practice, if we want to get something to keep on practice. That is all from the self-attachment, because we want to be something and we're trying to practice. That is not the idea of practicing the portal. We practicing the head word. We're not really practicing the before thought. So that is the mixed state of the consciousness. If we are really sincere in learning and hearing what the wise teacher sharing, the Dharma friend sharing, to recognize our mixed state, we correct it and be sincere in practicing and keep continuing to practice and leaving the head word heading to the before thought. And attaining Buddhahood, we will end up all of self-attachment and liberate ourselves from samsara. And our mind at that state will be open. We will be naturally be with everyone and will not isolate us from anyone. It's free from all the environment, all the situation. That is also the path of liberation. Remember, to eliminate self-attachment and ignorance is not a race in the thought to eliminate it. Only the practice will help us to eliminate it automatically. Sometimes it's not only cause from ourselves, it may cause from the environment. Like we on the way to returning home, we may passing by a small street, or the wild street, or the crowded street that we cannot be able to even walk through it. But if we keep continuing to walk through it, we will pass through it. And we just wisely be reflexible with all the situation, all the environment, and still keep on ourselves as who we are, keep continue to go on the path. Sometimes we may go to the place, have no space for us to sit on, and we still keep on practicing. We won't be distracted by that, though environment won't distract us from practicing. So we can see that if we can hold on practice, we will liberate ourselves from all the situations and from all the environment. Doesn't matter wherever we are, whatever we're doing, we still not distract from it. Our mind will be just opened and be connected with all the situation. So to have that mind, we need to ask the portal question to maintain the doubt. Maintaining doubt clearly, consistently, that is the way we are truly sincerely in practicing. To be sincerely in practicing mindset, we get to have the trust in the mind, the trust in the self nature, and knowing that this path is guided, is the way we return back to our home, the home of self nature. Then we will be able to let go of anything we are in contact with and just keep on practicing. So, for example, if we go to the foreign country and we just our own self in the foreign country, and we think that the foreign people may not know us, and we just do everything just for our own ego, and we can break in the rule, break in the regulation wherever we are, because we think that the foreign people not notice us, but an honest person will notice that. Doesn't matter if foreign people don't know us, but we know ourselves, and we don't want to break any rule and regulation where we are at. So we can see that a moral person is different than a moral person. If the moral person go wherever they are, they will just keep on a moral way and not hurting or not destroying the environment. So for us, if we can maintain the practice, we will be automatically living in a moral way and will not create any mistake. And the more we practice, the more our mind will be opened and be connected with all the situation, with all the environment. We don't need to try so hard to show up what we being, what we are, who we are, and try to gain something and show up ourselves. Ego, that is not the practice. It's just the attachment practice, and that is not good. Do you understand? She said, yes, I do. This is very, very important for practitioner. I hope every one of us need to reflect to this problem and correct our mistake and keep on practicing the listening. We have a few minutes left. If anyone has any question, please bring it up. Tâm, please go ahead. Dear thầy, dear everyone, I feel like my practice is not gaining or not losing. It's just like the same. Would you teaching more about this? When we see we gaining, we fall into the deep mind. If we see we losing, we fall into the deep mind. Now we see it not gaining, not losing, we still fall into the deep mind. That is ignorant. So we can see the con án of bàn uẩn that one said is so difficult, one said is so easy, one said isn't difficult nor easy. So for us, we just need to return back to ask the vital question to maintain in doubt. We actually not just seeing the thing, we see more than that. We always have in discrimination of all the situation, all the environment. When we still seeing things, we still fall into the deep mind. The practice is go opposite of the discrimination thought, go opposite of our habit. So we just need to keep on practicing. That also is a progress in practicing because we still have the fearing, the gaining, the attaining thought. That's why we see in all of the information happen in our mind. If we feel we are in peace, we still fall into the gaining thought. If we see we not practicing diligently, we fall into the fearing thought. If we see that we don't see anything in practicing, we fear, we fall into the seeking thought. So to go beyond of the discrimination thought of duality, we need to maintain in doubt. So to go beyond the objects of the mind from the hearing, seeing, smelling, then we have to keep on practice. If we still stuck in all of those things or living of those things and still seeing we living of those things, we still stuck in duality. That's why the Buddha is calling it the Bodhisattva, saying that even you live all the objects in the subject relativity of the universal, but in your mind still seeing the objects of attaining, that is the shadow of the worldly life. So for us, we just need to come back to ask the vital question to maintain doubt. So don't worry about the thought. It will come and go by itself. Remember, the question is just like the cane. The cane will help the disabled person to walk. The doubt is the walking. So we have to use the cane to be able to walk on the path. Asking the vital question to be able to walk on the doubt, the path, to liberate ourselves from samsara. So each person has different capacity of practicing, capacity of attachment. So each person will use different skillful means, can be able to apply a different skillful means to be able to help one on to overcome the obstacle of the mind and practice. So our path is just sincere in practicing. Don't worry about anything else. Doesn't matter how long we are in practicing and how much we receive judgment from others. Just be honest to ourselves and practice sincerely in asking the vital question to maintain doubt. We may be distracted from the environment. We may get a lot of judgment from others for many, many years, but suddenly one moment we drop down everything, we will attain Buddhahood. There is a comment that the nun have been gaining a lot of trying to gain in her practice for many years with her master and keep going chasing the master and asking for another method to practice. But because of her sincerely in practicing, sincerely to want to overcome her self-attachment ignorance, and she listened to her master. So one day the master know that she almost get to the state of breaking the self-attachment in attaining Buddhahood. So the master answered her, yes, I do have now. And she like, why you don't say it? So, why you want me to wait for so long? So please say it now. And then the master just tell her that, okay, stay calmly and pay full attention to what I telling you now. And then she said, she listened to her master, sincerely listened to the master and let go of her thought. And then the master just asked the question that she practicing. It is not the mind, it is not the Buddha, it is not a thing. What is that? And right there, she got attained Buddhahood. So clearly, we can see that there is none other thing. So even though we have a lot of habit happening in our mind, distract us from practicing, but if we keep consistently to return back to the practice, we will attain Buddhahood. So for us, we should need to be honest, be sincere in practicing. It doesn't matter how much scarring thought arise in our mind. We just need to return back and keep on practicing consistently. Gradually, we will get to the practice. She answered, yes, I do. Thank you, Thầy. We are running out of time. We end the session for now. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.